to live this moment in their own country.
There are no Russians at the 2023 World Figure Skating Championships, but there are plenty of intrigues and emotions. Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara took Japan's first gold in pair skating, and they only paired 3 years ago. Their history is one of constant progress, from 10th place at the 2021 World Championships, team bronze at the Beijing Olympics, and silver at the 2022 World Championships, to a big title. The day before, Riku and Ryuichi skated the short program perfectly. With the best result in their careers, they were ahead of the current world champions and main competitors Alexa Neram and Brendan Fraser, by 6 points at once a decent touch. Miura, as if she herself did not believe that she could receive such marks, she jumped and kicked from happiness and hugged her partner. But in the free program, everything did not work out so well. First, Riku doubled the salchow, and then fell on the exit from the ejection into a triple loop. The Americans were also wrong, but still without a penalty, and even scored almost the same points for the program as they did at the victorious World Championship 2022. In Kaiko, Riku was crushed, foreseeing defeat. Ryuichi behaved better, although he was also clearly sad. Silver would definitely not have left them, but the Japanese were waiting only for gold. After the rental, I was just broken. I understood that we could miss the gold. We heard from the noise and applause in the hall that the previous couples had performed well, and therefore we could only pray, only hope. When we left the ice, the coach told me, "Don't kill yourself, enjoy this moment, remember these feelings, who knows if something similar awaits you in the future." But still, all the time, while we were waiting for the assessments, I prayed frantically, said Miura. They waited for the assessments, holding hands. And when they saw it, there was a real explosion of emotions. First, in shock and disbelief. And then to tears and hugs with Coach Bruno Market. Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara started skating together 3 years ago. By that time, Kihara was already considered an experienced greenhouse. He had 2 Olympics behind him, with different partners, and was generally going to finish. He admits, at that time he thought that he had reached the maximum, and did not see the point in continuing. But when they tried with Riku, it became clear that it was too early to retire. According to them, there was no getting used to each other. They skated as if they had been doing it together for many years. "I've never been so comfortable riding with anyone. We didn't have to adapt to each other or get used to something new. We fit each other 100%, and not only in technology, we are incredibly comfortable together. This is not work, but pleasure. That's the whole secret," said Kihara. The results in the first season were impressive. 5th place at the home stage of the Grand Prix, and getting into the top 10 at the World Championships. But most importantly, they earned Japan a ticket to the Beijing Olympics. When we first came to our first 4 continents championships, our dream was to someday get into a press conference, that is, to be in the top 3. We couldn't think of more then, Miura recalls. The next season was a breakthrough. Silver and bronze at the Grand Prix stages. In America, Miura Kihara even overtook Alexandra Bykova and Dmitry Kozlovsky, who finished 3rd, and, as a result, a place in the final which, however, was later cancelled due to the pandemic. 2 months later, at the Olympics, largely thanks to Miura and Kihara, the Japanese won the bronze of the commander, a historic result for them. And after the Games, the Russian team was suspended from international competitions, including from the 2022 World Cup. The Japanese had every chance for medals, and they took advantage. They took silver. Last summer, while on the ice, Riku injured her left shoulder, and all preparations for the season came to a halt. Skaters recalled that even by the beginning of autumn, they did not understand whether they would be able to perform normally at all. The pair started normal training only in mid-September. This season, despite the success, was not easy for us due to Riku's injury. We trained much less. But we have complete trust in the couple, and we believe in ourselves and in each other. Maybe that's why it worked out, says Kihara. This year, the couple has not lost a single tournament. They took the Grand Prix, the final, the 4 Continents Championship one after another, and now the World Championship. Skaters only regret that they had to miss the national championship for the Japanese. This title means a lot. Riku's favorite element is ejection. But Ryuichi likes the twist more. When I started skating with Riku, I suddenly realized that I really like it when the partner is in the air. This is a real flight, a victory over gravity, some kind of miracle. Due to the fact that Japan did not develop in any way with the results in pair skating, there was little attention to this event in the country, especially when compared with single events. Children are not given to the pair, considering this a defeat and impossible thought for a Japanese. Riku and Ryuichi hope that their success will change the way they view the species. Kihara says, I hope that our example will show that pair skating is wonderful and very exciting. If in 10 or 20 years in Japan there will be a flowering of pair figure skating, and we will understand that our victories had something to do with this, we will be happy. You can't even dream of more. Coach Bruno Market said that he maintains relations with Russian specialists. Of course, we try to follow what Chinese and Russian couples are doing as much as possible. It's part of a coach's job to keep an eye on the competition. I have a good personal relationship with some of the Russian coaches. After all, we are all brewing in the same pot, and for many years now. But we have our own way. I am focused on my skaters. Each couple has its own strengths. I think Miura and Kihara are sliding and skating itself. Indeed, in pair skating, jumping is not everything. Our task is to squeeze the maximum out of the levels on the elements, to work on the complication of the cascade. My strategy as a coach is to understand where, within the framework of the current rules, you can get the maximum number of points. In the shore program, the guys showed real champion skating, and I am absolutely sure of this without any discount on which other strong athletes could be here. But let's talk about those who are here today. They really deserve it.